Actually, shut up. I like this music, so we're just gonna listen to this now. So, yeah, Detective Wario, on the case. Apparently there's a mystery what needs to be solved. There's never been anything in room 4. I think that one's actually just totally unoccupied. I don't know, this is like a luxury train, so maybe some of the employees, sleep in there. I don't know. Bagged that chubby guy in record time. I just bagged the world's fattest man! Oh, everyone wants a bit of help. Alright, sure. Lost some shell earrings that my ex-boyfriend gave me, and they're like all full of memories and stuff. I really need them back. Could you maybe look for them or something? Please? Yeah, I think we gotta talk to everyone and then go hunting down these items. I knew we had a bit of a long road ahead of us yesterday, and that's why I cut it off at the time that I did. Hey, buddy, you need some food or something? Nope. Oh, actually, I think what's about to happen is like a trading game. Where everyone wants something, but, Yep, everyone wants something, and I'm assuming that we'll end up doing, like, a series of trades. In order to ultimately get what we need. I actually don't know why we care about this. Like, what's stopping us from just going to bed and continuing the train trip? What? Getting falsely accused is a bummer, don't I know it? What were you accused of? Don't answer that. Running this train during the sunset is the high point of every day for me. So let's all... Okay, you don't have to repeat that song every time. Wish we could see the front. I bet it does look amazing. I know sunsets in general are kind of an overused image in Western stories, but, I mean, they're overused for a reason. It's one of the most, whoa. I'm getting a bit of screen tearing on my end. Is that happening for you guys? It's not like the usual kind either. It's like the left third of the screen occasionally doesn't get refreshed properly. I'm looking at the stream preview and it actually looks better than the game I'm actually playing, so I'm assuming it's just a problem with my monitor. Alright, you keep talking about your broths. You keep talking about your broths, brah. Alright, Harrington. He still thinks I'm Luigi. Oh, right. You want me to investigate the Babam family. Even though, like, that's kind of racist. Oh, someone wants to blow something up. It must be the Babams that are responsible. Oh! What are you all getting into here, huh? I think we should get Little Bob the Advanced Learner's Classic Series of Bombery. Don't wear it! Cheap and boring! Think more luxurious, dear. Perhaps a car or a house. Bob is too small for such things, Gold Bob. Stop thinking of your own social status. He needs something that will further his education, not spoil him. Honestly. I don't want any of that stuff you're talking about. And what would you like for Christmas, young man? Are you a detective now that you quit being a champion? I also think you can detect what I really want for my birthday. Really cool! Okay, if you bring me what I really want, I'll give you something in return. Hopefully it's not something you just picked up off the ground. That belonged to someone else. I can hear everything that family's fight. Oh, wait. I can hear everything that family's fighting about loud and clear from over here. One thing I heard was cute. That boy dreams of being a train engineer someday. What an interesting dream for a rich little kid like that. Oh, I'm gonna have to go all the way back, aren't I? So, you sure you want to be an engineer, kid? Not like the conductor or the, central car chef? I don't know what all, Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know the first damn thing about passenger railways. All we ever have these days are, you know, freight cars. Freight, freight, freight. Wait for all the little loads to pass as you wait on the train tracks. But there's no humans on that. There's only, like, 2 on the entire cargo train. Wait. Was I supposed to guess what the kid wants and then talk to him? I was just gonna go straight for the, you know, for the engineer. Hey, look, buddy. I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems. Oh, problems. That is nothing like what the engineer sounds. I'm just butchering that character. What is it of? It sounds like Joel's impression of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I like beer, and I like NASCAR. Wait. Sorry, that Game Boy Advance thing caught me completely off guard. Because that was what young children his age crave above all things. Wow. Way to be shilling your own stuff, Nintendo. It's a certain person's autograph. Now you got it, don't ya? That overlay just keeps getting more and more messed up. One time it even, like, showed me a rainbow-colored gargle bush of, stuff. Boy, live streams are great for inventing new words. McClanky, jabroni, gargle bush, humdinger. You know, all kinds of great words that definitely don't exist. What am I doing tired this at this time of day? I should not be tired right now. Jeez, wake up, man. I even slept in today. And then I ended up playing like 2 hours of Spelunky because I was a little bit bored. And I ended up going to hell and winning. I was not planning for that to happen. I thought, maybe I'll make a few runs to the City of Gold and then die hilariously. It'll be great fun. Okay, I may have identified a problem. Hang on a minute. Go ahead and minimize that. I had another application running that was probably consuming a lot of, processor power, and that's probably what was causing the screen tearing. Nothing to be done about those graphical glitches, though. Here you go. That's just what I wanted. You're a good detective. Here's something for you, just like I said. Oh, a shine sprite. What? Okay. How'd you get your hands on that? Nighttime. Oh, what's this? I found myself one blanket short when I was handing them out to passengers. I gave the last passenger my own blanket to make up for it, but it's vexing. I have exact blanket counts. It means someone came on board without a ticket. That stowaway just might be your suspect, Mr. Mario. Not only that, but if I don't get my blanket back, I'll be too chilly to sleep tonight. If you could look for the unticketed passenger and get that blanket, I'd thank you. Call me Blanket P.I. Jeez. My throat still is not feeling normal today. I guess I just gotta exercise it as best I can after a week of being sick. Yeah. It just occurred to me that I don't have any, hand towels for my usual, nose-related needs, so give me a second. Alright, thankfully I did have a hand towel handy. Alright, unticketed passenger, or just, you know, a missing blanket. Maybe it just, ended up somewhere else. You know anything about blankets? Nope. Sorry, just admiring not only the pretty stars out there, but also the subtle lighting effect around the candle. Like, look at it. It's a little texture that's, like, spinning. I guess candles do give off kind of a moving image, very much unlike electric lights. Oh. Strange noises coming from the empty room. Alright, well, there's our clue. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk to everyone else just to see if they have anything to say. Man, this passenger car train is kind of impossible to believe right now. An entire train full of unique NPCs, all of whom you can talk to. Like, that would never happen nowadays with the modern Paper Mario. Look at how many different designs there are for the NPCs, it's crazy. Except it didn't used to be crazy. When did that become such a difficult standard to meet? To have interesting and unique designs for your NPCs. All this ragging on Paper Mario of the modern age is going to feel very unjustified until I actually get around to playing one of them. Be it Sticker Star, or Color Splash, or Paper Jam, or what. I'm gonna have to do it one of these days. Oh, Jesus! Alright, let's see if anything pops out. Oh, dear. That, my friend, is a ghost. And he's even named Ghost. Oh. Well then, what are you doing here?
So you found me. Well, as you see, I'm a ghost. I'm cursed to haunt this place. A blanket? Well, yes, the conductor did leave one here. He didn't realize that I'm a ghost. A yummy, sticky threat. No, I left no such thing. I can't even hold physical objects like pen and paper. What? You just want the blanket, then? Well, I'll tell you where it is if you do something for me. What do you say?
What in the world could you possibly want?
All I need is Your life! Nah, just kidding. Actually, I passed away in this cabin many years ago. But I think my luggage is still in the baggage car here. Inside my bag is a diary I kept since my earliest childhood days. And my fear that someone would find it and read it has kept me tied to this world. I can't leave this room, so can you please find it and bring it here? If you do that, I'll show you where the blanket is. And don't you even dare read my diary! Because if you do, a horrible fate awaits you.
Like that? Is that why your room's so fucked up every time I open it? Sorry, hang on a second. Yep, still got some gunk in the trunk, which is a disgusting way that I just thought of to describe stuff in the nose. Because, you know, trunk, like trunk of an elephant. Yeah, it's not that funny.
Did you find it? What? A ghost? Yeah. And he won't give you the blanket unless you get his dirty diary from the baggage car? I see. Well, go on in. You don't say no to ghosts. Yes, the baggage car. Let's steal everything.
Just entire crates of foods. Question is, what else is hiding around here?
Yes.
Wait, you're not imagining that that diary is a treasure, do you, Miss Mouse? I'll say it ain't so. Oh, come on! That thing ain't no treasure. Alright, fine.
Did you find the diary? Wonderful! I knew that you would. Now, I cannot leave my post. Please return the diary while I stay here. Though I would like to see what's written in it.
You know what? I'm kind of curious, too. I mean, it's just a toad, right? What salacious secrets could possibly be hiding under the surface here? Okay, let's have a look.
Read the diary? Ah, sure, what the heck?
You may be cursed by the ghost. Are you sure you want to read it? I mean, think about this, okay? This could be really, really bad. Do you understand me? Who's talking to me? I got on a train today. No, wait. So, I should just do a normal voice, because this is before the toad died. I got on a train today, and on that train...
You looked! Even though I told you not to! Now see what happens!
Wow, you can't even get through one page. What was that sound effect? Does that happen every time you game over? You just get sproinged back to the title screen? That is positively incredible. That was probably a very unnecessary jump scare, and I apologize for that. I thought that that would not have been so goddamn loud.
You were very wise not to read my diary, friend. If you had read it, you might be a spirit like me right now. But now I can go peacefully on from this world. Thank you so much. You will probably never meet me again in this world. Fare thee well. Well, actually, maybe not. I've been here so long, I've gotten kind of used to it. The wallpaper's so great, maybe I'll stay here just a little while longer. I can leave whenever, so that's all there is to it.
You might very well be the weirdest NPC I've ever had to deal with in a Paper Mario game. I wonder if there's more pages that got cut from the game. Alright, here you go. Where in the world do you sleep anyway? The cargo car? And what about the engineer? Does he sleep? Do you guys, like, rotate? Oh, my favorite. Yeah, maybe it'll come in handy next time. Like, next dungeon. I mean, yeah, whatever. You got anything to add, Penguinworth? Well, even though there's still a bomber at large somewhere on the train, we have to go to bed nevertheless. Man, they didn't have to do this. They didn't have to make the shop actually close. They didn't have to add the curtains. They didn't have to draw a texture for the closed sign. But they did it anyway. Because it just adds to the flavor of this world, and I love it. Well, seems like that's all we can do for the time being. Alright, dearie, let's turn in, shall we? The conductor can handle any problems. Sorry, lost control of my mouse there for a second. Alright, let's go to bed for the night. We're all well rested and such. We're ready to continue our trainee adventures.
Hello in the chat. How you doing today? Today we're going on a train and having all sorts of crazy train adventures.
You may have caught the drift of what I'm attempting today. And I'm just shuffling back and forth here. This is the only time I'm gonna do this, and I want to make it last. Paper Wario, the 1,000-year safe. Oh yeah, I got that too. It's a ridiculously expensive badge to buy. But yeah, there you go, the W emblem. I am now the Wario. Actually, I'm not sure what we're gonna be doing today. I guess all I can do is talk to people and figure out what our situation is. See, the thing is, we gotten a bit of a threat. Left on a note under the door. That said that if I don't give up my search for the crystal stars, then everyone on the train will meet a... what did they call it? A deathly, gooey, sticky end or something? Yeah, something like that. Also, a bunch of the passengers have lost items that we're trying to track down. It's not a terribly big train. Oh, where'd the celebrity toad go? Guess we'll run into him later. So yeah, we don't have much room to maneuver in, but there is definitely stuff to do. We'll make a stop at the train station today. Alright, looking forward to it.
So, thinking of train travel, I mentioned that I need to do some more research on, like, passenger trains, because I am kind of, interested in them. Partially because as I said before, I've never, like, actually seen one. I've never even seen the outside of one, much less ridden one. Closest thing I can say that I've ever experienced is a subway car. What'd I get here? You got your passport today. Wait. Okay, I'm confusing that with something else. Well, good for you. It's a great thing to have. Although, that being said, I wonder if you have any plans on using it anytime soon. Like in the next year. Peach tart, peachy peach. Where can I find a peach? I'll figure that out later. I've only ever used my passport for going to another country once. When I was much younger, I used it to travel with my mother to visit my stepfather, who was going to, like, medical school in Bonaire, which is a part of the Netherlands Antilles, which is just north of South America. Ugh, this is getting way too convoluted too quick. Basically, I went to an island for a little bit. It was a vacation for us, but as I mentioned... That just keeps on happening, and I'm still not used to it. This is the only time in the entire game where I've had a graphical issue that bad. Alright, what's it? Oh, not good, not good. If I don't find that thing, I'll be sacked for sure. What? What is it?
Ah, my dear Luigi, your timing is impeccable. A new case has arisen. Now then, Mr. Businessman, please explain the facts to my assistant Luigi.
Oh, this must be especially weird out of context, because I'm wearing the Wario clothes. This penguin, despite having a magnifying glass, does not have a goddamn clue.
Alright. Okay, here's the deal. When I woke up this morning, my briefcase was gone. It contained all the contracts for our next deal, and even our new product prototype. If I don't recover it, I'll lose my job, at the least. Now, calm yourself. The next part is vital, so tell Luigi very slowly. Of course. Our company's new product is called Nitro Honey Syrup. Used properly, it's an amazing product that can even raise the dead. But if mixed with calcium from a seashell and a bit of gold, well then, the results are explosive. The resulting goo blast would immobilize everyone here in a sticky yet yummy shellac. If it's fallen into the wrong hands, well, I could lose more than my job. Let's examine these facts, shall we? Someone has stolen your briefcase. Though you definitely had it yesterday. And the train has not stopped at all in the intervening time. I have it! Rudimentary, my dear Luigi, rudimentary. I was about to say that, but then he just said it anyway. He's too tropey, even for me. The thief is still on the train. Aha! Luigi, have you spoken to the waitress and the lady in cabin 2? They have both lost something on this train. The waitress lost her shell earrings, and the lady, Toodles, lost a gold ring. Luigi, if the same person who stole these objects also has the Nitro Honey Syrup, they could make this goo blast. They could carry the threat out in the note. So it is simple, my Luigi. You must find that thief. We must apprehend the suspect before this dastardly plan is put into effect. Alright, to address the question in the chat, yes. I am concurrently running OBS, Dolphin, and A Hat in Time all at once. I did this yesterday too. And yeah, my computer can absolutely handle it. I should not be doing this. If I tried to do this on my old computer, it would probably explode the motherboard or something, but yeah, I'm only running on 48% memory right now, and 25% CPU. So yes, this is definitely a powerful rig that I'm working with here.
It's a funny thing, Vinny from Vinesauce, he was talking about how he also built a new computer for the new year. But he didn't have as much luck with his. No, sir. He was doing something, I forget what, and apparently his motherboard, like, literally blew, like, psh! I think there was an actual, like, sound to go along with it, too. And his computer was just, like, screwed after that. You can watch some of his recent stream archives to get the full scoop. But, yeah, his motherboard just couldn't handle it. Maybe it wasn't compatible with the rest of his rig. I don't know. So he had to go and get a replacement. Also, apparently the primary store that he was going to go to was going to charge him an arm and a leg, and it was going to take 3 days for them to do everything they needed to do. He was like, screw that! So he went to, like, a mom-and-pop electronics store. It was a good story, that's why I'm retelling it now. They isolated the problem as being the motherboard in record time, and while they were at it, they were like, oh, what's this image on your desktop? Oh, that's Lavos from Chrono Trigger. Oh man, Chrono Trigger, I love that game. Hey, you ever hear of, and then they just got onto a conversation about video games. I wish that happened to me every once in a while. No one around here plays any video games. So yeah, pretty cool story. He got his problem isolated, went back to the previous store, bought a new motherboard, and now he's sitting pretty. And that conversation even prompted him to start playing Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger Plus. Which is an exciting... Hey, what's this? An exciting hack of the game that adds in a bunch of stuff that they removed during development. As well as throwing in some new original stuff, too. Kind of like what Paper Mario Pro Mode did, without the explicit spike in difficulty. Best you've got is this lady who watches My Hero Academia with her kids. Yeah, that's halfway there. This looks like something very important and complicated. Oh, you missed it! Earlier, I found a ghost on the train. And he wanted me to go find his diary. I read it, got through half a sentence, and then got cursed and got a game over. At Publix, at least. Ah, right. Best Buy has some nerdier customers. Right, of course. Guess I'll take the paper back to, Ratman. Oh yeah, you might notice that I have a new party member in tow. This is Miss Mouse. You might remember her from earlier in the game. She is a completely optional party member that you can only get by completing a mysterious, side quest. It's short and sweet, and you get a free badge out of it, which I actually have not tried yet. Yeah, it's this. What does this mean? Ew. I don't like it. I want to have a mouse squeak every time I hit my hammer. What's this do? I don't even know what to call that. Alright, what's the red one do? Ugh. I hate these badges. Alrighty then. I got a paper. What is this paper, What sort of clue is this supposed to be? Ah, that's one of the contracts for my upcoming business deal. What? I mean, yes, just as I suspected. Luigi, where did you find this very important clue? Cabin 1, you say? Yes, Zip Toad's room, a place I have long suspected. Come to think of it, I do not believe I have seen him today. Then perhaps he is hiding somewhere on the train. Always one step ahead. Very well, my dear Luigi, find that Zip Toad. You need an Ed, Edd and Eddy badge that makes sound effects every time you use the hammer. Oh, I bet that's easy to mod in. I'd love to try that sometime. Right now, though, all I have is a bunch of Hanna-Barbera sound effects. I did, at one point, have an Ed, Edd and Eddy collection. But I don't think I've sent it to my new computer yet. Okay. You are completely in the right to judge me for my sound effects collection. I have a digital collection, which I don't know what it means. Which is not all that much, really. And I also have, this. Take a wild fucking guess what this collection is. I'm gonna play it without context, and I want you to guess what this is from. Also, there's a lot here, so it's gonna take a minute for me to actually get it into a playlist, so... As soon as it's ready... Okay, it's ready. Why does it always happen like that? Alright, what do you think this is from?
楽しかったわ。あなたってなかなか聞き上手ね。
目を閉じろ。最近顔つきが優しくなったと言われるのだ。はあ、
今夜は俺、君にひどいことしちゃうかも。
触り合いっこがしたいの？
秘境の時間がこちらより早く過ぎていてよかった。
好きですわよ。
この筋肉が何か、この筋肉が何か、この筋肉が何か、
This one has no pause at the beginning or end, so it just keeps on going.
この筋肉が何か、この筋肉が何か、この筋肉が...
Yeah, for reasons I don't entirely remember, I have an entire collection of voice clips from the Japanese version of Fire Emblem Fates. Those were the clips that play when you're doing the, skin touching, the, like, face touching minigame. Why do I have that? Why do I have so many of them? How many megabytes is this? This is 500 megabytes worth of voice lines. Holy cow. Like, seriously, what was I hoping to get out of them? Something, like, sultry and alluring from one of the female characters? I don't know! Alright, so we're gonna pull another trick, like we did with the ghost. We're just gonna hide for a little bit, and see if anything pops out. Okay, something's not happening here. I thought that would have worked better. Yeah, that really should have worked better. Flurry, you got anything for me? This is usually our go-to solution for uncovering secrets. Anything? Nothing? Toodles, you know anything about this? Where did that pesky little zip toad go? Does anyone know? Looks like I'm the one who's gonna need a magnifying glass this time. Nice! Nice! How'd you type all that out? Are you doing this from your phone? Yeah, that's an entire sentence in Japanese. I think that's what he said. You have no idea what it means, but you typed it out anyway? What the hell?
この筋肉が何か?
Yeah, that, whatever that is. Well, nanika is probably pretty easy to translate. It's probably a very basic, like, question, like, oh, what are you doing there? Or, this thing? Ah, you've got a keyboard for Japanese stuff. Gotcha. Cool. Well, this is obviously going to take a little bit longer than I thought, so let's go ahead and fire up some random-ass Hanna-Barbera sound effects. Because I have a massive collection of those, and I'm sure they're going to come in handy someday. Hey, you know anything about the missing toad? spooky ghost. You know anything? That's a little bit louder than I was hoping for. Alright. Excuse me?
It seems that there is someone in your room. I heard some rustling sound in there a minute ago.
Wow, thanks, Ghost Man. I didn't realize that you were gonna be the key to all of this. Oh, what's this? Another document from the briefcase. The suspect must be in here somewhere. Yeah, honestly, I would never have thought to search my own room. Hello? Are you in here? Alright, let's try the trick again. Oh, there he is! Is he gonna come out, or is he just gonna be peeking the whole time? Boogie Boogie! You gotta hide from me!
Zao, where'd you come from? You won't be catching me that easily, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. It's not your buddy, guy. I'm not your friend, buddy.
Ooh! What is this? Temtem, also known as Indie Pokemon, came out today. I was not expecting it this soon. Hell yeah! Let's take a look at the Steam trailer real quick, because I feel like this game deserves some attention. I see a bird. It's not a plane. It's not Superman. Actually, hang on a minute. Yeah, let me see if I can get a little capture going real quick. Yeah, here it is. Steam page. Early access. $34.99. A little bit pricey, but maybe it'll be worth it. Let's check it out. Oh my god! Sorry about that. This music sounds very, very familiar. It's got like that perfect amount of 90s anime cheese to it. I kind of love it. Although I can see some people not liking it that much. Oh my god, dude, Santa's in this game! Whoa! Looks good. Let's take a look at some gameplay. Already, I like how it looks better than Pokemon Sword and Shield.
A massively multiplayer creature collecting game filled with friends, foes,
Sorry, what? This is a Spanish animation? Like European Spanish? Wow, I had no idea. Oh, maybe I should read a little bit on the Steam page while I'm at it. Temtem is a massively multiplayer, which is still hard for me to wrap my brain around. I hope this little trailer here showcases that. Multiplayer collection, creature collection adventure. Seek adventure in the lovely airborne archipelago alongside your Temtem squad. Catch every Temtem, battle other teams, customize your house, join a friend's adventure, ooh, or explore the dynamic online world. Requires agreement to a third-party EULA.
and dozens of Temtem to find and tame. Experience the epic story-driven campaign alone or with a friend.
Ooh. Oh boy. That guy right there. That guy on the left. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Visuals took a sharp dip after that flashy anime intro. Golly, look at this guy. I don't even know how to describe him. He looks like something the Regressor would make.
Story-driven campaign alone or with a friend. battle,
I'm not dunking on it, it just seems a little bit out of place in this world.
and engage in exciting and unique skill-based combat to determine who's the best Temtem tamer in the Airborne Archipelago. Temtem is a massively multiplayer online experience, so it's important for each player to be able
I
to
can't believe this is...
create and
This
customize
is actual gameplay
guns,
footage, yeah?
options, and cosmetic items, and when you're ready to set off on your adventure, Temtem
So that crowd of people that we saw zipping back and forth, that's real.
other players. The Airborne
We've been
Archipelago
through
is
so many japes over the years of, like, proof of concept videos showcasing things like this, and none of them ever came to fruition. Are we finally there?
breathing
Is it
world,
finally real?
colorful characters, different islands to explore, quests to complete, and of course, Temtem to tame.
Oh, there's a tongue twister for you. Temtem to tame, Temtem to tame, Temtem to tame.
This world is meant to be explored together with friends.
I love that one of the hairstyle options is just
Against
flat
Evil
top.
Clan Bel Soto in co-op, or battling other players in exciting 2v2 battles. Temtem has been designed from the ground up to be a social experience that's balanced and competitive.
Okay, we saw a few battle animations there. Do the Pokemon actually get physical with each other? Sorry, Temtem, it's... Oh boy. If I ever play this game, I'm gonna make that mistake so many times.
And competitive.
Now let's pay attention to the battle footage and see if the Pokemon actually, like,
Battles
touch
in
each other.
Temtem are 2v2
I said it again! Holy shit!
strategic opportunities.
Holy shit, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, if this genre of games, like, explodes in the indie space, and we end up with a bunch of non-Pokemon Pokemon games, oh god, it's gonna be just as bad as referring to a cotton swab as a Q-tip. Q-tip is one brand. One product. It does not describe the object itself. And yet everyone uses the word because the one thing that got in early proliferated its name to the point where everyone uses it. And that's what's happening here. Every little cute creature that you can collect in battle and trade, that's a Pokemon. Even though that's only one brand, only one thing, that's a Pokemon. Also, you can wear angel wings. Why?
The synergy system allows Temtem to buff each other. Or
Ooh.
execute combination attacks for maximum damage.
That's interesting. I wasn't
Temtem
expecting
also
that.
uses a unique stamina-based battle system that encourages strategic play. Carefully
Ooh.
managing your Temtem stamina and knowing when to hold back.
Is that like a replacement for power points?
Vital to your success.
Because I'm down with that.
There are dozens of Temtem to tame with different strengths, weaknesses, and unique stats.
That smiley guy is kind of freaking me out, but I kind of like him too.
Creating unique combinations that can't be found in the wild. Temtem that are bred also have a better chance of having higher individual stats.
Wait, go back. Was that implying that Pokemon's Temtem that you breed are completely unique?
Traits, creating unique combinations that can't be found in the different strengths, weaknesses, and unique stats. You can breed Temtem to transfer techniques and traits, creating unique combinations that can't be found.
Oh, okay. So it's saying that their traits and abilities are unique. Okay, I get it.
Found in the wild. Temtem that are bred also have a better chance of having higher individual stats. Master the breeding system and
Okay, very important. Are those stats visible? Or do you just have to guess, like we've been doing in Pokemon for generations?
max your way to the best team in the islands.
I like that
Temtem
sound.
is the next evolution of creature collecting games, and the team at Crema is devoted to expanding upon the experience for years to come through major updates, weekly challenges, new Temtem, and new ways to play. Want to know more? Sign up for future beta stress tests online and join our official Temtem Discord channel for news and feedback. Wishlist Temtem on Steam and Humble Bundle to show your support. From the team at Crema and Humble Bundle, we'll see you online for our early access launch on January 21st.
Alright, give me a second. I gotta poke my friend on Discord about this. Alright, that takes care of that. Thank you very much for telling me about that. These are the sort of things that I'm very interested in, but I never, like, make note of it. So, whenever games like this drop, it always is just a wonderful surprise for me. Yeah, that is fantastic news. I'm so happy to hear about this. I wish I had a slot open so that I could play this, but there's a lot of other stuff demanding my attention at this point in the year. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is also out, and I really want to play that sometime soon. Mother 3 also has to happen in February. I'm gonna have, like, no time for Switch games at this rate. Well, so it goes. In Colombia, there's a really popular brand of toilet cleaner called Pactos, so everyone just calls toilet cleaners Pactos. Yeah, alright, good to know that it happens in every country, not just here.
So this was our man all along, pretending to be Zip Toad, I see. All the while pilfering things from others to aid in your evil plan. Yes, this was all just as I had deduced. I knew all along that you were a fake. Yes, a discolored nostril hair tipped me off.
They're going to add a Rayleigh to DBZ Kakarot soon? Oh, but that's probably like, that's probably an expansion pass thing, isn't it? It doesn't say one way or the other, but I'm not gonna count on being able to experience that. But it'll be interesting to see.
And not only that, but I knew that you were the one who threatened Luigi.
Curses, I almost got away with it by getting off at the Riverside Station, too.
Yes, you played a daring and ingenious little game, my false friend. But the jig is up now, Fiend, and the good people on this train are now safe. That is correct, sir. No one escaped from this improbably large brain. Well, yes, in any case, at least return what you have stolen, Fink.
Ah. Yep, they're all here, Sonny. Yeah, my precious briefcase! Is the nitro honey syrup safe? Oh, I should have tried to not return it. See him freak out. Oh, thank you, thank the stars, it's safe. Now I won't get the sack. You mean you won't get sacked?
Our rendezvous with disaster was diffused by my most rudimentary of deductions.
Attention all passengers! This train will soon make a brief scheduled stop at Riverside Station. On the side of leaks, apparently we're getting a boatload of PS5 info on February 5th. How does that constitute a leak? Is there gonna be some kind of direct-style presentation happening that month, that day, that they didn't want us to know about yet?
Hey, I think not, Slick! You think you can hold me? No way! Beldum would flip if I let that happen! This whole Zip Toad thing was just a means to an end! It's me, suckers! Dupless! Beldum's plan to gooify Mario didn't exactly work, so I'll be cutting and running now! I'll leave the rest to Beldum. See ya, suckers!
It was all a ploy the whole time. Also, I'm surprised that he just let all that info slip. For no good reason. Alright, before I take a step outside, let me check and see if I can go ahead and return these people their possessions. Here you go. Dang it, why she gotta be so cute? You are like the nicest old mustached overall wearing guy I have ever met. Gee, thanks. Sorry, what's this? The mushroom full course. First, a mushroom bouillon, then a mushroom mousse, assorted roasted mushrooms, mushrooms and saffron, a delicate but puzzling mushroom sorbet for dessert. And of course we finish off with a mushroom coffee. I got started earlier talking about Mario's taste in food on the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Or he would talk about eating things like garlic ice cream. Because Italian. Yeah, apparently this Mario is no better when it comes to mushrooms. Ooh, thank you. I know that that's like pocket change coming from you. That's like that's the pocket change of your pocket change. But I'll happily take it, because as you can see, I am dead-ass broke after investing in this Wario costume. Alright, gonna need lots of help from the mouse. Because we got a new area to explore and lots of treasure to find.
It's so super cool looking. I want to drive it right now.
So, little Bob really likes trains, does he? Where does one buy a train?
If only I had, like, a filter on demand for my voice for that. It'd be perfect. Oh no, what do we do? Someone's lifted the drawbridge. The train can't leave the station like this. Even in Paper Mario, I can't escape the crows. You can hear them everywhere. I saw a suspicious-looking, shadowy person wearing a hat go into the station. Must have gone down there to flip the... gone to the bridge control room to flip the switch there. That switch hasn't been used in so long, I don't know where the control room is. So, it's probably against protocol to ask a passenger to do this, but, since you are the famous Mario and all, could you find and throw that switch? Maybe? Can't really go anywhere until we do. Oh, I actually had to talk to that guy. Alright. Yeah, I've been cooped up in here so long that I'm breathing stairs. Just forget that sentence. It died before it even got started. I'm ready to go out and take a walk so I can build up an appetite for dinner. I don't have to worry about that, thankfully. I ate just before I streamed, and, I have leftovers, so if I get hungry after the stream, that's not a problem either. My dearest Luigi, our suspect was not only a fake Zip Toad, he was some monstrous being in a white sheet, which was exactly as I suspected. Too bad he gave us the slip like that, though. He was rather a slippery sort. We could have questioned him about all that Belden business. Yep, Shadow Sirens are getting involved again. The main takeaway is that the PS5's release date is October, and it'll cost $4.99. It's a ridiculously powerful machine, but that's all tech talk. Yeah, come back to me when you've got a list of games. They also mentioned a bunch of stuff about huge backwards compatibility support, but 4chan leaks taken with a whole salt shaker. Yeah, they were the ones that were saying that, you know, we were gonna get, what's his name, Dante from Devil May Cry in Super Smash Bros. Like, they were convinced that it was gonna be Dante. Nope. It was just an out-of-context screenshot for something Devil May Cry related. Nope, I sure don't have an elevator key. Alright, so thank you guys for joining me today. We're gonna be playing a bit of Red Dead Redemption. Gonna investigate this old train station and figure out who did what and where. And maybe blow out a bunch of posters along the way. Get this place cleaned up. I'm not sure why you can do this. There's really not much of a point to it. By the way, isn't there supposed to be music here? Why is it so quiet? We're getting Devil May Cry 3 on Switch, so hey, I ain't complaining. Eh, fair enough, if you're into that sort of thing. I saw Vinny play, Devil May Cry 2, and was not all that impressed with it. Of course, then again, Devil May Cry 2 is a special case. Not really indicative of the whole series. Probably the best games in the— Whoa, hi there! probably the best games in the series are a bit more like Bayonetta or something, where you are thoroughly rewarded for getting all in and getting crazy with the combat, as opposed to hold shoot to win. Devil May Cry 2 is best game, Devil May Cry 3 is shit. Gotcha. Yeah, that was the running joke with Devil May Cry 2. I don't know if you ever saw that video. It was pretty good, though. In fact, I would recommend that you check out Vinesauce's Devil May Cry 2 video to hear how that became like a running meme on the channel. You know, Vinny was talking about, what was it? An upcoming Devil May Cry game. There was like a trailer that was like combing over the story of the Devil May Cry series up to that point. And it like skipped over to and summed it up with a single sentence. It's like the developers don't even want to acknowledge that that game exists. So it got Vinny into a burst of laughter. Later on, someone in the chat was asking him, "Play DMC 2 is best game!" And it just took off from there. Alright, Tough Puff, or Rough Puff, whatever these things are. I remember him from the previous Paper Mario. I'm not afraid of him. Bayonetta is not part of the DMC franchise. Well, I didn't say that was. I was saying that the best games in DMC history are probably supposed to be... are supposed to play like Bayonetta or whatever. Be as good as a good Bayonetta game. That's what I wanted you to take away from it, anyway. Boy, that's fast. I can't properly counter that. Not getting me this time. You almost did, though, because I was not expecting another poison that quickly. Where's the last one? There it is. Alright, we're good. Oh, speaking of Vinesauce memes, I finally found out what the hell McClanky means. Yeah, two things that kind of just appeared out of the blue in Vinesauce land. One was McClanky, or McClunky, or McClunka. Lots of different variations. That and slime girls, like anime-ass slime girls. Just out of nowhere, they became a thing. And we have a little game called AI Dungeon to blame for that. Now, I completely skipped over that, thinking it wasn't worth my time. I guess just because it was a, you know, text-based game. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, how little I knew. How little I knew. Yeah, it all started with talk of a gherkin. Vinny ended up, like, corrupting the game somehow. The game was bugging out and spitting the exact same line at him repeatedly. What was it? Something like, you look at the gherkin and think about how good it would taste. You think about how good it would taste raw. You think how good it would taste cooked. And so on. And it kept throwing that at him. At some point, while talking about Star Wars, apparently the character Greedo uses that word, McClanky. Don't really know what it's supposed to be. It seems like kind of a nonsense word. Which might just be an average day in Star Wars land, for all I know. So he threw that word in there. And it happened again. Does that blue one ever stop? Okay, I need to, like, pay attention to the pattern here. Also, I need to be hunting for treasure. So it started giving that text stuff at him. It started giving that garbage text to him again. This time with McClanky instead of Gherkin. So that was weird. It kind of just became a mantra of madness from that point forward. No! Oh god, that's so weird. Okay, so the blue one always rotates 3 times before stopping. Alright, so then there's the Slime Girl story. Oh god, this is harder than I remember it being. At some point, Vinny, for whatever strange reason, was trying, like, deliberately trying to... Hang on a minute. Got screen tearing again. There we go, that's taken care of. For some strange reason, Vinny was trying to force the game, basically, to have a storyline about Rem Lazar from the film Rem Lazar bringing a slime girl to life. I don't know why. At some point, he just got started on this and would not stop. And eventually, he basically brute forced the game into making the story that he wanted. And it all went downhill from there. He talked to the slime, gave it life. The slime thanked him for giving it life. He uses the McClanky on it, and then things got a little NSFW, to put it gently. It was an incredible moment, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure some part of Vinny deeply regrets his choices up to that point in time. Still, it was rather amazing, and now I know why Vine Sauce and Slime Girls go hand in hand. It's so weird, but Vinny really only has himself to blame. And of course, it came out of nowhere, too, because at no point did anyone think that crazy, like, sexual shenanigans were ever going to happen as part of AI Dungeon's algorithms. But it did! And there was no turning back. Ooh, something down there, you say? How do I get there?
Let me take a whack at it.
Get over here. Alright, fine, I'll just give you the standard whack-a-mole. There's something to watch later. I'll give you a very good summarizing video. Actually, given that it's only like a clip within a collection of clips, I could probably just play it for you on stream right now. Let's see, Vine Sauce Best of 2019. Yeah, here it is. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. Second things second, get a little capture of the internet going.
You look at the McClanky. You open your inventory, see that you have a sword and a shield. You also see a bottle of wine and a bunch of food. You open the bottle of wine and take a drink. Drink all the wine. You look at the McClanky.
Yeah, so that's the garbage text that he was getting spat at him. Previously, it was associated with gherkins. And then, just out of nowhere, it turns to that. And then...
You interrogate the slime. What does this slime want, you ask? It answers, the slime wants to live, and begins dancing around the room.
Oh, hang on a minute. It just now occurred to me that I can give Mr. Vinny a virtual audience through space and time. Check it out. There we go. This is what the audience is watching today.
say, I
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Where'd my internet go? Where did my internet go? Okay, that was unfortunate. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Alright, resuming.
wish to give you life. It's Ditto, maybe? I wish to give you life, and the slime smiles at you. It seems happy that it has been given a new lease on life. Use McClunka on slime. You use the McClunka on the slime begins to grow rapidly, then it bursts into a burst of color. Everyone watches as the blob becomes a beautiful young woman. No! No! God!
I love the way he's like slapping himself
and holding an enormous pellet.
as he realizes what he has brought onto
did
this
it, boys.
onto this God's green earth.
How did it know? I wanted. It was so wholesome before this. You say we did it, boys, and the slime laughs happily as she takes. Whoa! Whoa! See you later.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch that video yourself if you want to see the rest of that text. Because I'm not leaving it on screen for more than a couple of seconds. Oh boy, yeah, that was downright magical. And that was the last stream he did of 2019. That was the note that he ended the new year on. What a champ. A laugh and a half. Boy, you're telling me. Yes! Oh man, that's powerful. If you're good at super guarding, then these Pokies are their own worst nightmare. Because you deflect all of their attack power back at them, rather than simply a, 1 point of damage like it is usually. Ooh, hello there. Oh yeah, I need to equip some more badges. Boy, what do I want? I want that crow to shut up, for one. Ooh, spike shield. Yeah, that's probably gonna come in handy. Pretty darn soon. Ooh, hello there. I didn't leave myself enough room. Here's a fun thing you can do. Use that rarely used super hammer attack, and it will do more damage than usual because these Pokies are just so gosh darn pointy. It's so much fun fighting these things. This whole chapter in general is just a lot of fun. I love it. And it's why it's a shame that it lasts for such a short amount of time. I feel like it could have been fleshed out a little bit. Maybe give it a second stop, a second train station, or... Whoa. That's interesting. Check out what's happening with Mario's hat. Actually, hang on a minute. Everything is getting that weird aberration effect in front of the sun here. I know that's not supposed to happen, but it's kind of cool anyway. Did it happen with any of my other partners? Train stations are generally great. Yeah, I don't know what it is about them. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna have you on record as saying train stages are generally great. You know what, there have actually been a few Mega Man X levels based around trains, and those have all been phenomenally fun, too. The cargo train, for Slash Beast in Mega Man X4, and the weapons train for Grizzly Slash in Mega Man X5. I just now realized that those are basically the exact same goddamn level and the exact same goddamn Maverick. Yeah. But the levels are definitely laid out differently. Grizzly Slash's train is more about the weird cars that you'll find along the way. Hey, watch it. And all kinds of hazards that they have stored inside them. Whereas, Slash Beast is more about actually destroying the train. There's a lot of combat on it. A lot of stuff to fight on the rooftops. And I think you actually blow up chunks of the entire train as you go along on your way to Slash Beast. You know what? Classic Mega Man had some train stages too. Charge Man. In Mega Man 5, he was a train. Although I don't remember too much about his level. Wasn't all... Mega Man 5 in general was not that memorable. Although I did have very tiny, cute trains being piloted by Mets. So that was kind of fun. There we go, that's how you get a first start. Alright, hold on just a moment. Let me mute myself for a second. Can't! Someone's trying to chuck trash at me! Jeez, give me a second, man. I am so close to getting all the junk out of my system. All the gunk in the trunk. Whatever. Yeah, I feel like this time tomorrow, I'm gonna be back at 100%. And you know what? I think live streaming does help a little bit. Gives me a chance to talk, gives me a chance to actually use the parts of my body that still have, you know, crud in them. So that generates movement. And as long as I don't mind the discomfort, I walk away from it feeling a little bit better, generally. Well, I wake up the next morning feeling better, at least! Ooh. Might be a good time to use one of those Thunder Rages that I've been collecting. Assuming that the thunderclouds do not, you know, like, absorb lightning or anything. Oh! Are you kidding me? Like, we just found a Thunder Rage in a hidden block. And this is what happens when you use it? What a dirty trick. Well, guess what? You're all getting the boom! The big boom! There you go! You know what else is a wonderful example of a train that you get to explore? I was about to say Final Fantasy VI, but I actually don't remember too much about the Phantom Train right away, but, yeah, that's fine. Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. Someone was playing tic-tac-toe on this wanted poster. I have a feeling you would not be able to make that out if this was not using an HD texture pack. Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, the very first level, actually, takes place on a train. And ends with you fighting, like, a boiler monster. Yeah, I know. Sounds weird, but it works. The only way you can really reach him is by platforming onto a big old pile of coal. Which the boss itself will, like, grab and rake into itself to fuel its most dangerous attacks. Oh yeah, the train station Cuphead, that was fun too. And a very rare example of a train in which you do all of your interacting with the train parallel to it. You know, you're on that little handcar the entire time. You never actually set one foot on the train itself, you know, because you're fighting it. Ooh. This is so weird. Why is Mario's hat doing this? It's not just the hat, every part of Mario is doing this. And you can only see it when you're around the sun. Is it... Oh! I found the cutoff point! That's so weird. I'm glad I found that. Oh, it got quiet again. What could this be all about? Got little parabuzzies. Spiky parabuzzies, one of the most difficult enemies in the game to deal with. Unless you have Spike Shield. In which case, they're basically no threat at all. Yeah, let's slow this down a little bit. Hey, what are you doing there? Don't you throw items at me! So wait, are they dizzy or confused? I tend to get those mixed up. Yeah, let's speed things up a little bit with a POW block. I could have done without it if only we had, if only the enemy hadn't used a slow shroom. Okay, they're dizzy. That's why they're missing their attacks. Gonna step out for a moment, be back soon? Alright. I'll probably still be here fighting spiky things. Alright, so the dizzy attack did in fact come in handy. By the way, if anyone's wondering where that passive HP regen is coming from, I am wielding a combination of Power Plus and HP Drain, which, it's alright so far. I'll be feeling a lot better about it once, you know, once I get a little bit of the old, once I get an upgrade for either my hammer or my shoes. Alright, come at me. What you got? Hahaha! I'm getting better! Also, I'm running low on FP. Can I do something about that? Yeah, let's go ahead and use some of our items. Oh, right, I've had the refund badge on this whole time. Well, at this point, I have enough badge points to where I don't really have to worry about wasting any. It's nice just to have a passive bit of money flow, you know? Speaking of which, when am I gonna get that money badge? The one that increases how many coins enemies drop. I kinda need it. I keep seeing those Mr. Softener enemies on, Mr. Softener items on those enemies. It's like... Mario and company never walk around with any defense. It's kind of a worthless item. So don't bother. On second thought, do bother. Because that's effectively a waste of your turn, which is good news for me. not who I was going for. Ooh, this'll be fun. Alright, all we need to do is counterattack a few times and they are toast. Oh, right, I have Zap Tap on. I don't use it all that often. And the effects don't show all that often, but it's handy to have around. A little bit of extra damage never hurt no one. Although, that being said, since I have so many badge points right now... Oops. Since I have so many badge points right now, I may as well see if I can rearrange things a little bit to get a Power Plus P going. That'd be pretty great. Man, remember when I had to fight these spiky Parabuzzies in the Pit of 100 Trials? And, like, the only way I could damage them was with Earth Tremor? Boy, those were fun times, huh? Don't worry, I will be doing a revisit of the Pit of 100 Trials before the end of the game. Probably right after I open the 1,000-year door is when I'll do it. And it will be quite the trial, let me tell ya. Nothing here. Yeah, come to think of it, me doing the entire Pit of 100 Trials before going into the final area will kind of trivialize the challenge a little bit, but I don't want to go back at all after I do the final chapter. So that's just what makes the most sense to me, chronologically. Whoop! I actually don't remember which way I'm supposed to go here.
Into the trash!
Nope, not that. What is this even? Is this supposed to be like a laundry chute? Trash chute? Yeah, it's probably just a trash chute. Reminds me of a layout from Yoshi's Island for some reason. It's like one of those early levels where you see the mice running around in all the narrow tunnels. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we get to live dangerously. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now let's try a little bit of this. And what else? Ice Smash, Head Rattle. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll just slap on a Super Appeal real quick. Can't go wrong with those. Alright, then we go down here. And whoops! Okay, note to self. Hold left. And why does the music only play when you're outdoors? Like, I need something to keep me going here. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just play Hat in Time music. Why not? Let's see here. No, 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 no! Back the other way, back the other way, back the other way, back the other way. Whew, that was close. Easy does it. There we go. Does Red Dead Redemption 2 have a good soundtrack? Oh, wait a minute. There's actual music now. Stop. Yeah, that's one of the things I definitely don't know about that game. I have no idea what it sounds like. I've only ever seen gameplay footage. You know, being commented over. Oh, that Power Plus is already coming in handy. Hey, and my negative defense doesn't count if I'm super blocking everything, which I am not. I feel like you should be able to get multiple hops when you're doing the stylish commands for Miss Mouse. Oh well. And we've been getting a lot of EXP from all these battles. It didn't seem like it was all that much, but it definitely is adding up. Anything else? Alright. Seriously, the lack of music in this zone is really bothering me. Yeah, sorry. My desk is a little bit closer to me than I realize, so that's why I keep slamming it accidentally. Hi there. What are you doing here, little Goomba? Go back home, you do not belong here. Thanks for the free experience point, I guess, but seriously, where'd you come from? I guess I have to deal with them. Well, fine. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Yeah, sorry about the overlapping music. These Goombas should not be here. What purpose do they serve? Like, I feel like if I talked at all during that point in time, it would, just, amplify the problem a little bit. Oh, by the way, I have the, music playlist set to random, so I don't know what's gonna play after this. As long as all my sound effects are removed from the core playlist, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oops. What is this place anyway? It's like a records room? Oh, I see it. Shine Sprite, come to me. Oh, playing hard to get, are ya? Yeah, we don't use Koops' ability all that much anymore, do we? But we did have to use him twice here. I'm glad the developers kept trying. Oh, you must be freaking out about this massive chest right here. Super Boots! Alright, Toadette. Nice to see you again, too. Now we have a super powerful jump attack. And we got a really weird new ability. Here's what you do. You press and hold A to start a jump. And then you can charge it up to fold yourself down and then groing. Some of you may recognize this as Luigi's main ability in Super Paper Mario. In here, it's only really used for grabbing onto those weird pipes, though. It's because you can't control yourself horizontally after you've made the super jump. I guess that would, like, break the game in a few places, but, yeah, this application, not really all that useful. Although the attack animation is pretty wicked. Ugh, excuse me, it's like a Jumble Hopper going to town on an enemy's head. See, this is what a Paper Mario dungeon is supposed to be! Using all of Mario's abilities, and some of his partner's abilities. All to assist in navigation throughout the dungeon. Whatever happened to those days? Like, what even does an endgame dungeon from Sticker Store or Color Splash even look like? I can't imagine it being much more than just, like, find the thing. Use the transparency power to, like, pull stickers, or place stickers. Or paint the right thing with the right color, and that's it. That's all you get. Because Mario doesn't have much of any useful abilities. His new partners that follow him around certainly don't. So what's left? Not much. Besides your most rudimentary puzzle solving and battling. That's it. Even a mini dungeon like this is memorable and fun because of the way that it requires you to use your abilities. Alright, finally got the elevator key. Let's mosey on down. I'm just gonna type in elevator. And this is what I get? A sound effect from Resident Evil? Well, Gonzalez, what in the world are these little monsters? They're jamming up the game. I can't hear anything. Think these little weirdos flipped the switch? Let's hurry up and find it so we can switch it back. Oh man, you little weirdos need to get the heck out of here. You're slowing down the game. Oh man, these things are really, really stubborn. Get out of here. How many of you are there? Like 200? It kind of looks like they just keep spawning. Like, look at them. No matter how many we clear away, there's still another cloud of them. Away with ye, pests! Ugh, well, that was weird. Oh man, we're still getting a bit of slowdown. Jeez. Those little guys really did a number on the dolphin. Alright, now we're back up to 100%. It's like that sun with the weird aberration effect? Eh, no problem. 100 or so of those little guys? Ooh, big problem. By the way, apparently it's currently like 8:33 or something. That's actually not too far off from the current time where I am. That's weird. Oh shoot, I should have checked for treasure. It's alright, I'm gonna have to go back down. I need to know whether there was treasure in there. Are those little things still around? Are they still bogging down my game? Wow. This is like the first day that we've had graphical issues like this. Well, let's hope it doesn't last. Alright, I had to check, I had to be thorough. So, elevator. I have exactly 6 tracks in my library that have the word elevator in them. 2 of them are sound effects from Resident Evil. 1 of them is from Undertale. One of them is from Mickey Mania. Yeah, that had an elevator level. Not too different from this one, actually. Well, the elevator itself didn't look too different, is what I meant to say. No skeletons here, though. Alright, where to next? Alright, finally, we can conclude this crazy train journey. Oh, what is it now? Who could it possibly be at this hour? King K? What? Alright, cool, thanks. Very strange to be getting emails from these characters from so far ago in the game. Let's go! Bye, Toad. Hope you can live by yourself out here in this dusty old train station filled with enemies. Alright, one more trip to go. Oh, hello, you're still here. Even the ghost wishes us a good night. Oh, how nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna check in on everyone. See how they're all doing. Ugh! It's this room in particular that seems to give me the most trouble. Well, you know what they say. Early to rise and early to bed makes a man healthy but socially dead. This guy, he's probably like the star employee for this train crew. I can possibly be better than serving up smiles. Being dead, or anything else. Remember, no employee wants to be a Squidward. Seems to only be able to cook with mushrooms. Well, that seems to be a bit of a problem with the entire Mushroom Kingdom, if you ask me. Well, fresh ingredients, I guess. For the last time, I'm not Luigi. I haven't changed my clothes and you still don't believe me. Everyone doing all right here? Well, at least they're not giving him full responsibility of an entire goddamn train. Alright, well. Chapter's about over. All we gotta do is have a nice sleep, but something's missing. Yeah, where's the big boss battle at the end? What is, are Dupless and Beldam gonna ambush us once we get off the train? That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Alright, here we go. There's nothing here but a good night's sleep. Do. Hang on. Gotta do the thing again. What? No. No, not that thing. No, that's not until later. What is it now? Ugh, that's like 5 emails I've gotten this chapter. Oh, Flavio's still out there too? Huh.
Give them hooligans what for and save your princess.
Alright, thanks, pal. Boy, I really hit it off with all these dudes, huh? Hey, Ghost Man. You still here? Come on out, Mr. Ghost. How you doing? Large Sanctum, huh? Looks like you just jump inside. Wow! That's really good advice. This guy gives, like, this is the best NPC in the game. Aside from the fact that he kills you. Huh, no one here. It's a little bit weird. That fat guy, like, never leaves his quarters. Oh, and that cute waitress isn't here either. Neither is the chef. Hey, shopkeeper, you seen where everyone went? Hello?
Wake up!
Goombella, you got anything on this? This feels like an episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. People's going missing, one guy out cold.
This must be the work of an enemy stand!
Oh, even the Ratman's not here. Can I go into the luggage compartment? Looks like... Hey, I see that. Look at that, there's something on the door. Oh, that's weird. Hey, you can only see them when you actually select the door. And even then, only for the first time. That's spooky. That's real spooky. And the music's gone, too. Well, I've got the perfect spooky music for that. Because this is also something that I have with the word elevator in the title. From when I did that search a little while ago. No one here. No one here but Mario, the shopkeeper, and the ghost man. Well, I hope the engineer is still there, otherwise, you know, who's flying the plane? Oh no! Oh hey, at least you're still here. It's quite quiet this morning, wouldn't you say? Hello, you got some crap on your windshield. Oh, you got a lot of crap on your windshield. What are these things? Ew! Aren't those things from the station yesterday? They must have stowed away. What should I do? First, we have to ensure the passenger's safety. But I have to keep driving the train. Mario, can you check on the passengers? Oh god, they're clouding up everything. Can't even see out the windows. Let me off! Alright, we gotta get to the bottom of this. Are they clouding up? Yeah, they're even clouding up these windows. Ooh. It's like we drove into an ocean of these things.
You cannot escape them.
Seriously, is this dude still out cold? Wake up, dude! Ah! There were a lot of black things everywhere. Did you save me? Wow. How goes it, Traveler? Even in times of crisis, we must continue doing business. Has anyone ever heard about, like, how Waffle Houses stay open even during the worst of disasters? So it's like a common saying in the southern US that if a Waffle House is closed, then you know that a town is in some deep shit. Ooh, look at them! Smorg, 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 smorg. Oh my gosh, they're totally smorgs! Let's take them out. Oh, we don't even, like, fight them properly. Well, this ought to be easy. Oh, they have the poor conductor! How horrible! Please help him! Must push through! Huh? Glarg? Who said that? Oh, there you are! You just kind of popped out behind me. Ah, Detective Mario! You saved us again! Hey, I must have been taken by those black things while I was sleeping. Scary. They seem to have come into the baggage car through that open window. And they still have many of our paying passengers. Oh, those poor souls! And their money! I'll get to the bottom of this. So, we have an appointment with the head of the train, eh? Gotta start from the rear of the car, eh? Well, you know what that means. This is still. Ooh, you think we didn't leave off on a subtle note, did you? No, we still got a train in crisis to overcome. Oh man, these things are real pushy today. And you can't get rid of them all either. As much as he loved the conductor, DJ Grooves has a better villain voice in the final chapter. Oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, actually, let me go ahead and change my badges around. Also, update my Twitch info. Alright then. Wait, no. This keeps happening. A hat in time. Cancel buttons on my Xbox controller are, you know, A to select, B to cancel. For this setup, it's the other way around, because I'm trying to mimic the layout of an actual Gamecube controller. Alright, not gonna be needing this. Maybe that. Maybe... No, definitely not that. Quick change. Nah, not really. Multi-bounce? Maybe. Power bounce usually a go-to. Actually, just for this, I'm gonna take the W off. Alright, I think that'll do it. Let's do it. Oh, actually, now that I think about it... we just got upgraded shoes, so... Not really a point in keeping a hammer badge equipped. Yeah, there we go. Japanese lesson of today. There is no equivalence to the expression, bless you, when someone sneezes. If you sneeze in Japan, you get nothing. You lose! I bet in polite Japanese society, you're not even expected to sneeze. Ever. Because it's such a rude gesture to let loose with such a noise in public. Some people just, like, step out of the room or, like, muffle themselves so much that doesn't even make a sound. Or something.
Smorg.
Of course, my favorite expression for bless you when someone sneezes is the Egyptian phrase, Egyptian! No, wait, that's onomatopoeia for sneezing. And that's a pharaoh's name. God damn it, I messed that joke up on 2 levels. Oh, that's where all the passengers went. Well, this monstrosity has absolutely got to go! Smorg! I love this music, by the way. Unlike most chapters, it seems to have no bearing on the music that preceded it, nor does this enemy, for that matter. This enemy just comes out of nowhere. No context, no nothing. It's just there. It's just Smorg. There's an entire YouTube channel dedicated to archiving VTubers sneezing. Okay. Okay. There are some people in the Vinesauce community that keep track of every time Vinny sneezes. However, that's different. When Vinny sneezes, he finds it to be too much trouble to, like, reach over and mute himself, or anything like that. So he tries to just mix it in with whatever he's doing. And he tries to, like, make a funny sound out of it while he's at it. Usually something like a duck losing its shit, or something like that. And it does result in some funny moments. That's one thing. I cannot imagine dedicating part of your life to archiving the accidental sneezes or, like, eye twitches or nose picking or whatever that an internet personality does. That seems like such a waste of time. Yeah, still don't got any context, really. Ooh, this is, very difficult to time a super guard on. It happens so much later than you expect. Let's see. I'll just do another multi-bounce. Alright, now we gotta hit this thing with everything we got. Let's see, who's the best for the job? Ms. Mouse, Vivian. Oh, hard choice. I'm gonna go with Bobbery. Oh, right, I turned off the partner switch. Oops. Ooh. Oh, that might have been a bad idea. Alright, I don't know how much defense this thing's rocking. Soft Stomp does not appear to have been successful. Oh, jeez, it respawned already? I cannot guard against that. I've not gotten the timing down yet. This is gonna be tricky. Go for the big Marios if I can. There's one. Yep, there's poison mushroom still. No! No! I missed it! If you didn't know better, you'd say this was an Ouroboros from Final Fight... No, Resident Evil 5. No cigar! Oh, wow. So when all the tentacles are out, that thing just has, like, infinite defense? Oh, jeez. Also, that was not worth it. That was also not worth it. Oh man, that sucked. Oh man, that thing is not giving me any time to rest. Now it's got a new form. Holy Christ! I mean, we can take it out with one jump, but that is dangerous. Good thing I have that HP drain on. Alright, I'm gonna try it once more. Ah, come on, you almost got it. I do not want to feel the sting of that, like, scorpion tail attack again. Phew. No extra tricks this time! Oh god, you see that bomb in the audience? I finished the battle right before it was about to blow. They look exactly like this thing, just replace the eyes with weak spots. Well, that's an awful lot of weak spots. And away go the little soot demons that appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, I think you might have missed when they first showed up, but that doesn't really matter all that much. They were very much a giant space flea from nowhere, to use a TV Tropes term. It's like all you ever did for 3 days was save us. How can we ever thank you? Everyone's safe now. It's all thanks to you. Oh, thank you much. You saved my life. No, stupid tongue of mine. You saved my life. So, did you all know this famous fellow has been the dashing Luigi all along? Awful lot of weak spots. Welcome to PS3 era shooters. We'll soon arrive at Poshley Heights. Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare to disembark. Finally. Now this is the kind of place a guy like me deserves. We made it, old boy. Let's find that Poshley sanctum that Professor Franklin spoke of post-haste. It was even a meme back then that every boss during that time had at least one giant shiny orange blob somewhere in its body. I'm pretty familiar with that at this point, honestly. You see that a lot in Legend of Zelda games, too. Alright, this may be just a simple, short little town trip, but there's definitely treasure to be found. So let's keep our eyes peeled. Oh, hello there. The business people I'm working with haven't arrived yet, so I'm sightseeing. On the expense account, of course, as if you have to ask by now. Gonna get a train set, probably plated in gold knowing this guy. Yep, that's exactly what he's looking for. Oh, what a lovely little swimming pool! What would happen if I were to take a dip in someone else's swimming pool? Oh, that's right! Giant chompy fish, even in the locals' pool. Oh, hello. Oh, jeez! No more of that, please. Another HP drain, huh? Interesting. I think I'm just gonna keep it on Mario, though. It's way more important for Mario to keep up his health. Because if he gets knocked out, it's game over! Oh, that's everything. Alrighty then. It's not like throwing a paper person into water would be much better, even without the giant fish. Well, that makes me question the existence of a swimming pool to begin with. Oh, is this your house? It's exactly what I was expecting it to be. Hey, speaking of lavish houses, Let's Player Raukau was playing through Queen Vanessa's manor in A Hat in Time today. And he was completely nonplussed by all the horror elements on display. Like, to him, the spooky things may as well not have even been there. He just kept on playing like normal. He kept talking like normal. And of course he got caught several times. But man, it was so weird. Someone in the comments even mentioned that part of the reason why the development team added a skip that let you bypass the entire encounter with Queen Vanessa was for players that were actually having, like, panic attacks trying to play through that level. And then here goes Raukau just traipsing through the house like he owns the place. Don't ask me why this place is so full of penguins. Yeah, maybe we'll find DJ Grooves hanging around here, trying to sabotage the next Western movie. Well, I would love to check out the luxury hotel, but I'm kind of full on everything right now after getting a level up. I'd love some pasta, but boy is that expensive. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to come back a lot later before we start making spaghetti. You know what? Just for the hell of it, I'll stay one night here. I got an inn coupon to spare anyway. Bonjour, Monsieur Moustache. The reception desk is très magnifique. I shall stay here every night until that art is mine. I shall not tire, huh? This guy just does not give up, does he? Say anything different when I have Goombella with me? I've had more than enough of this guy. How does he do it? I'm almost impressed now. He moves at light speed and he always knows where we'll be. Talk about freaky. Wow. 30 coins, that's even cheaper than the pasta. How is it that, like, a 5-star hotel costs less than a single batch of uncooked pasta? You're unfazed? No, wait. You like it when people are completely unfazed by horror? Even more so when they're playful around it? Honestly, I found myself having difficulty enjoying it. I guess because it was still a relatively fresh experience for me. And, oh jeez. Can I show what's happening here? Because it's very strange. Oh boy, I don't think I can. Alright, hang on a minute. Maybe I'll just make, like, a full screen, and then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, if I do this... Pardon the recursive window. This is the only part that I need right here. Alright. Let's see if this shows what happens when I try to select this. I actually can't click on this. Because the... Oh! It went through! Okay.
これすげえラッパ
What is this? Amnesia: The Dark Descent?
あれなんか扉開けてって言ってる。あれなんか飛んできた。ちょっと待って。何
Oof. Well, you already know my opinion on VTubers, so yeah, this is definitely not my cup of tea. Like, the reason why I wasn't playing along with Rauko when he was going through Queen Vanessa's manor was because I was, like, the jump scares were actually jumping me. Like, they were scaring me. So it was, like, really, really jarring to hear Rauko continue with his incoherent rambling as if nothing had happened. It made me feel like I was going crazy. Ooh, but I do get an omelet. Yeah, continental breakfast. Wait, was there anything to collect here besides that inn coupon? No. Huh. Alright then. Sorry, I gotta do this again. Fish! Okay. Pro tip if you're feeling stressed, walk barefoot in grass. Sure, why not? What really gets you about Queen Vanessa is the freaking noise it makes when she gets close to you. Oh yeah. I pointed out in the comment section that reminded me, like, it sounded very similar to Jurassic Park roar sound effect. I wonder if anyone responded to that. Or if it's just gonna be another one of those comments of mine that gets swept under the rug. Wait, where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh good, I'm not alone. Someone actually agreed with me on that one. So yeah, sure, why not? Since I brought the video up anyway, may as well showcase what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, he actually, like, he got caught instantly.
Town. Alright, so this is it. I still can't use any of my tools. Hi.
Yeah, she's like, who's there? Plays like thunderclap, and he's like, oh, it's me. I'll just go up and say hello.
I'm Patricia. I forgot why I'm here, but man, this is a style. I am the wiggliest ghost. Am I ghost or am I?
Yeah, I don't think he even saw Queen Vanessa. He was just blissfully unaware. I got the top comment in one of the Gymquisitions from a week ago. Oh, yeah. That one where I was like, hark the herald angels sing, as we all thank God for Jim Sterling. Yeah, that was a fun moment. And of course, like, a dozen people replied to me saying, hey, you don't have the right number of syllables, actually. Go jump into a piranha-infested pool of fountain water. Alright, what do we got here? Gone traveling, Sanctum Manager. Oh. Oh, well, guess we'll just have to turn back. Oh, Ms. Mouse, you're gonna unlock the thing for us? Of course, she would be capable of that. Ah, it is my dear Luigi. What are you doing at my doorstep, young fellow? Huh? You live here? So you're the Sanctum Manager? Oh my, I thought you were a detective. Well, yes. That is more like a hobby of mine, if the truth must be told. You're a big fat fool! Hack fraud. But enough chatter, hmm? Shall we go inside? It would be better if you, the master of unlocking, take this. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool if Miss Mouse just did it for you automatically before Pennington even showed up. Oh wait, I forgot to check if there was treasure out there. Oops. We're too late! We're snowed in again!
You're one step too late! We have the Crystal Star!
Hey, don't live without me! Oh dear, we're too late! We'd better go after them.
Just a second there, Luigi. Exactly what is going on here? Speak quickly. Yes, quite rudimentary. So you were looking for the Crystal Star in the Sanctum. Ho, yes, very interesting. Well, no cause for worry. The Crystal Star is safe. Yes, quite safe indeed. The stone that our rude friends stole was fortunately a red herring. A fake. The real one is hidden somewhere in the Sanctum to prevent such a theft. However, as to the location of the real Crystal Star, well, as Sanctum Manager, I am of course prohibited from telling anyone. However, I do know where it is. Of that you can be most certain, yes indeed. Besides, I'm sure a junior detective like yourself could find it on your own. Now, Luigi, put to use all the razor-sharp sleuthing skills I've taught you. Make me proud. In a minute. Okay, we're good. Well, I'm glad I did that, because now we can actually hear the music. And by music, I mean a very repetitive wind chime. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Okay, I take it back. This really isn't doing anything for me. I wonder, can I just, like, hop over this way? I want to, like, hit my head on the plane platform. Oh, that's too bad. Ah, well, it's not like it would have saved that much time. Oh, there's actually nothing in here? Not even like a flip panel? Ah, that's disappointing. I believe I can fly. Yeah, heard that song yet again today. If anyone follows yourmoviesucks.com.org, there's a particular video that I keep coming back to. Actually, an entire video series, Adam and Pals. I don't know what it is about them, but they just crack me up every time. It's a bit... You know what, it's the MST3K style of commentary that I enjoy so much. Just two dudes cracking jokes and making fun of something shitty. That's all I need in my life, really. Oh, who would have guessed this? It's just like Mario 64! But in 2 dimensions. Oh gosh, that's a lot of ghosts. Okay then, not what I was expecting. Alright, I'm gonna knock a few of them out just so I can get the catalog. Huh? What? Who? I can barely even see that thing! What's your problem, pal? Alright, a Dark Boo. Very high attack power, but otherwise just a normal Boo.
And thus, I don't really want anything to do with it. The chapter's practically over. I really don't need to be messing around any longer. Although the money would be nice. Ooh. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna burn through a lot of MP this way. I'm gonna do it. Especially if I run into encounters like this where I can just wipe him out before the battle even starts. That's a pretty good deal. Oh, and that's part of why the power-up defense down badge is so useful. It doesn't matter if your defense is, like, negative, if you can defeat the enemy in one turn. That's pretty much how Danger Mario strategies work for this game. Where you deliberately get Mario's health down, take advantage of a bunch of power-boosting badges that only work when that condition is met. And again, it doesn't matter how low your defense is, how little health you have. If you can wipe the enemy out in one turn, don't gotta worry about any of that. Oh yeah, this is some nice money. Whew. I'm getting pretty tired tonight. I'm glad I didn't save the train rush for the very, very end. I would probably not have been able to handle it. Ooh! Warped right in front of me. You know what? There was one last little subject I wanted to touch on before we ended for the day. And that's trains. I brought this up a few times, but I failed to actually make the point I was trying to go for. The reason why trains are in the news where I live is because there's going to be... Well, there's no guarantee of it yet, but there's talks of introducing a new rail line between Atlanta and Nashville. Which I think would be pretty darn cool. Especially since there would be a connecting point very, very close to where I live. You know, I could, like, just take 6 hours of my day, take the train from... Well, actually, it would be less than 6 hours, because I'm, you know, I'm closer to Atlanta than Georgia, so if I wanted to just go to either place for the day, it would probably just be, like, 3 hours or something, right? So yeah, in the middle of any given work week, I could just take a trip there, spend the night at a hotel or something after calling a cab. And just, you know, have fun out in the city like I used to. That'd be a lot of fun to do. I've been thinking of doing it with a closer place, not with a train or anything, but just, you know, driving to a city like Chattanooga or something, just for a day. Just to get the heck out of the house and do something a little bit different. Did I say closer to Atlanta than Georgia? I meant closer to Atlanta than Nashville. Sorry, I do that sometimes. Anyway. That'll be a nice time if I ever get that to happen. But, not anytime soon. I don't really feel... Oh. There's fog. That is not good. Oh! I didn't know that could happen. Did you guys see that? The bomb explosion blew away the fog. Now that is pretty great. Oops. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Oh dear. Oh, shoot, there's nothing I can do here. Although apparently this is an option? Is this actually gonna do anything? Yeah, let's find out. No, it didn't do shit! I don't even know if I can, like, counterattack while they're doing that. Well, at least that's the last one. Alright, yeah, that was a fair amount of money. For the amount of effort I put in. Oh, I just noticed something. Where was it? Yeah, this little icon for Mario, that's like the exact same sprite as Mario's head from the first Paper Mario. I know it's a subtle difference, but like the color on the mustache is slightly different. Should I be impressed or depressed that I'm aware of a detail as small as that? Alright, they wouldn't duplicate this sanctum if there wasn't something cool to get, you know? So let's get that prize. Some of you with sharp eyes may have already seen what it was. That's right, it's a Shine Sprite. Nah, a little bit further back. That's what we're really after. The greatest treasure of them all, being able to be Luigi. There we go.
Oh yeah, it's a me, Luigi! Yahoo!
Wait, there's still more? Wait, are you just smelling the crystal star? That's kind of funny, actually. Well, I hope I'm not missing anything. Like a flip panel or something silly like that.
Oh yeah, I'm a star!
Mario found the 6th crystal star hidden craftily in the Poshley Heights sanctum. Now only one crystal star remains. But our hero still does not know where Princess Peach is being held. Where could the last crystal star be? And where is Peach being held? Hoping this crystal star might yield answers, Mario and friends return to Pennington. Why? What does Pennington have to offer? We finished the sanctum. We don't need his help anymore. You're keenly aware of some things you played in games as a kid, too. Like tiny destructible items in Ratchet and Clank going commando. That don't have the destructible programming set in. Wait, what? What does that mean? Destructible items that don't have destructible programming. So you mean like stuff that doesn't give you bolts or something? So that's where it was. Oh, nothing. Just talking to my brain. All geniuses do it. Congratulations, Luigi. Oh, well, I actually am Luigi this time. You have found the real crystal star. So please, feel free to take it. I will just put another fake one over here. Well, traveling with you has been rather hectic, but I admit, rather fun as well. I'm sure you still have a long road ahead, Luigi, but do not give up. Stuff that should be destructible, but isn't? Oh, you must mean, like, objects that, you've been breaking throughout the entire game. Like, I don't know, TV screens, poles, crap like that. And occasionally you'll find one that just never breaks for whatever reason. I get the picture.
What is the matter with you idiots? Falling for a fake crystal star? That's asinine! Sorry, dude. I mean, sir. So, let me guess. This means Mario managed to get the real crystal star? I'm gonna say maybe. This mustached menace has nearly every crystal star now. They were mine! I think I'd better alter my plan a bit. Before you do, Sir Grotus, I think I'd better tell you something. What is it, fool? What? Are you sure? Speak. No joke, dude. I mean, affirmative, sir, dude. I mean, that is, I'm positive, sir. Treason!
Strange. Isn't it about time for Tech to call me in? Maybe he's busy. Are you telling me that Tech has been calling you so frequently that you can set a watch to it? Oh, here we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed these Peach segments, because I think they are just about over. Hello, Tech. What do you want today?
Princess Peach, I have reached a conclusion.
A conclusion?
I have struggled with whether to obey orders or to speak with you, and I cannot confirm what I should believe.
Tech, you don't sound right. What's going on with you?
Princess Peach, please escape from this place as quickly as possible.
Escape? Tech, what do you mean by that? I mean, why all of a sudden?
The data you procured has been analyzed, and something terrible is... No, I will not say. But I have found out everything about Sir Grotus's plans.
Grotus's plans? You mean about conquering the world?
Yes, and among those plans was the reason why you are being held here. According to the data...
No, no way! It's impossible! I don't believe it! Boy, this is a weird thing that this game does sometimes. It's like reverse dramatic irony. Where you're aware of something... No, this is like double reverse dramatic irony. You're aware that the characters are aware of something that you are not aware of. That's interesting, but also very annoying.
Yes, everything is true. That is why you must escape from here as fast as possible.
How can I do that, Tech? I mean, I don't even have the slightest idea where I am.
I will not hide anything anymore. No, not from you. I will tell you everything. The place where you are currently imprisoned. This is the moon.
The moon? You mean the moon that hangs up in the sky at night? That moon?
That is correct.
Wow, so Super Mario Odyssey was not the first time that Princess Peach was kidnapped and taken to the moon. I forgot about that. But that's unbelievable! How in the world am I supposed to escape?
There is a way. You can escape, but you must follow my instructions exactly.
But Tech, won't they know that you helped me? Won't you get in trouble?
That is inconsequential. I would like you to be safe. That is all that matters.
Tech.
I am the base's computer. No one will know of your escape if I keep silent. Please do not worry about me. Escape. Escape as quickly as possible.
Okay, Tech. But I must inform Mario about all this before I go. This is no longer just my problem.
Understood.
You're sure Peach went to at least a couple of moons while being dragged through space and galaxy?
Oh, yeah!
How could I forget? Went through all kinds of moons. All kinds of solar systems, all kinds of suns.
Hold it right there, Princess Peach.
Oh, you! Well, I guess this had to happen eventually.
Tech, you miserable machine! We all know what you've been up to, traitor.
Sir Grodus,
In my most paranoid moments, I never thought my own computer would betray me. Well, it doesn't really matter in the end, I suppose. Especially since it ends here.
You monster, what are you planning to do with him?
Only one thing to do with a malfunctioning computer. Cut the circuit and delete all programs and data that caused the malfunction. Obviously, all data relating to Princess Peach must go as well. Yes, we must be absolutely certain nothing like this ever happens again.
No, I am normal. There is no malfunction.
Pipe down, Tech.
X-Nuts, at the same time, press the red buttons on Tech's sides.
Got it, sir.
Tech, no!
Mail sent. Princess Peach,
you... Tech!
Too bad, Princess Peach. Tech is no longer with us.
No, you inhuman beast! How could you?
Princess Peach, just stop it. This is no time to be worrying about a computer. We have some very important things for you to do now. Yes, very important.
I thought we were going to see a little bit more than that, but oops. Peach's fate unknown. Endgame commencing. Meanwhile... Oh, Bowser, what hilarious incident are you gonna get into today?
Blah, blah. I've got no crystal stars. I can't find Princess Peach. Twilight Town was, well, it wasn't exactly glorious. What's going on here? If this keeps up, Mario's gonna steal everything from my grasp. As usual. Your massiveness! We did it! The Agikoopa scouts found a suspicious underground chamber. It isn't even on any maps! Yeah, really suspicious. Something must be there. About time. Well done. This is where it all turns around for me, definitely. The Hammer Bros battalion is attempting to breach the chamber at the moment. The area is impenetrable. They're scraping tooth and nail in there. No problem. Direct me there. I'll blast us through. I'm Bowser, baby.
Reminds me of Clank's mom. Also a computer you feel bad for. Hi, Luigi. What was the point of that?
Ready to roll.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard. We only got 20,000 seconds to complete this mission. I don't know how that happened. It's not even close to what the timer says. Hang on a minute, I'm gonna get down there. Oh, look how tiny he is! He can't even break bricks anymore. Can he break this one? Oh, he can't even break this one. Wow, baby tiny Bowser can't do anything. Wait, that's it? Well, I guess I had to show that off at least once. I don't think I've actually died yet. Alright, this time, let's see what happens when I get ultra massive. Aww. You messed up my plan, dude. Screw it. I'm just gonna try again. Yeah, that's way too short. There has to be more. It doesn't count if you don't get super massive. I'm a simple man. I have a simple goal. I want to see Bowser get huge! Like the X-Naut scientist is standing on a block. I'm not gonna be able to reach that if I'm not super massive. There we go. I don't know why those little dudes are so hard to squash. Alright, watch out for the scientist. Ooh, got him! And now with... Are you kidding me? Oh, it worked! Oh, come on! Okay, so is the objective to not get all the way huge? I want to see what's on the other side of the springboard. I know, you're probably looking at me like I'm crazy right about now, but man, I want to poke this game for all of its secrets. I want to find them all. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. I see what you did there. Alright, am I going to be able to clear that jump? Yes! Oh. Are you kidding me? That's all there is? Well, that was a bit of a waste. Oh, but I actually see him, like, use the flagpole for once. Golly, that... If you were to remake that in Super Mario Maker 2, it would be, like, 2 screens long, and it'd be disappointing as hell. This is what you guys were having trouble breaking into? Incredible, Lord Bowser! Nothing stood in your way! You couldn't be more super! Please! No problem! I felt right at home! Haha, I get it. But where are we now? Be gracious me, look! Lord Bowser, on the wall! Behind you! Voice cracking, can't keep this up! Hello, could it be? Oh yeah, a crystal star! Advantage Bowser! At least we found one! Now we'll make it ours! Freeze, chumps! Who's there? Don't tell me you don't know the famous Rockhawk! You little punk weasel! You forget these muscles! You forget this hugeness! Oh, he's pointing at us. He's asking if we forgot. Don't ask me how, but you cleared my secret training facility. Not too shabby. I even imported some super freaks to up the difficulty level. You're good. Course good don't count for squat in this biz, babe. The champ's belt is mine. Oh, look, what an adorable little weakling. Hi, fella. Weak? Wait, what? Well, tell me something. You ever seen a weakling do this? Pain? Ah, ouch! Oh, now you're sleeping. I knew you were a weakling. Whoa! The crystal star! Huh? Yeah, it's splitting too! Oh, no, oh no!
Wait, hold the phone! My mighty Lord Bowser, this is just glass! It's a flim-flam! A fake! What? Speak English! You, want the real one? The great, Gonzalez has it. Oh, my aching hair. Feel the rock! I don't know anybody named Gonzalez. Stop speaking in riddles, you chicken nugget. Crud, who do I have to flatten to get a crystal star? Who? Who?
Ah, that was just fun. Good old Bowser, always there to lighten the mood. Even though Princess Peach is probably in a very precarious position right now. Well, I hope you did everything you needed to in Poshly Heights, cause, whoop! You just jump right back here. Ooh, there it is, the final email. Mario, I now know where I'm being held. I'm on the moon. Yes, the moon that floats out in space. And I've learned something even more horrifying. In order to resurrect the monster's spirit, they need my... the moon, is it? Peach is on the moon? Sounds intriguing, but why is her email cut off? You don't think something's happened to her, do you?
The plot quickens!
Hello, me. Oh no, I do not have the stamina for a Luigi story right now. Cool friend you got there, though. Looks like a little dollop of whipped cream. Alright, before I conclude for today, let me just go ahead and do this before I completely forget about it. You know that massive treasure chest that's been in the center of Rogueport since the beginning of the game? It's just been sitting there, taunting us. Well, now we can finally get it. Alright, ready? Spaghetti? Flattenelli! It's an alchemy prototype. Doesn't alchemy have a pre-evolution? Hang on a minute. Yeah, because, like, the different forms for alchemy are all based on how you evolve the pre-evolution. Ugh. Here it is. It's not much to write home about, is it? Milkery. Or is it Milkery? Honestly, I'm not too impressed with the most recent fairy Pokemon. Like, I don't think anything is gonna top, Alola Ninetales for me. That's just, like, the be-all, end-all for fairy types for me. It's a helpful supporter. It's got powerful moves. Actually, I take that back. My favorite fairy Pokemon is, Carbink. Which, of course, is not in Galar, of course. Wait, what? Isn't this the exact same as the previous hammer move? Alright, that made an interesting sound. Let me hear that again. That does not sound right. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. Alright, we finally did it. We can finally smash stone blocks. And I can use Ultra Hammer in battle, too! You seem very depressed about that. This is kind of sad. This is the last time I'll get to see you, Mario. Definitely save Princess Peach, okay? And be careful on your quest, okay? Aw, she's even crying while she's running off. Don't worry, Toadette. You'll be in plenty of games in the future. Plenty of them. Oh wow, there's still treasure here? Like, where? Whoa, what? Really? Well, where is it? Oh, there it is! Oh, man. Back in the first Paper Mario, once you got the Ultra Hammer, you could just use the hammer to flip the flip panels. There's one shortcut that's been taken away from me. I guess I'll check in on the bad shop while I'm here, too. Get an idea of what to prepare for next time. Actually, what I should do is just go ahead and go to the 1,000-year door. Go ahead and get that wrapped up. Oops. Ah, I keep picking the wrong thing. Alright, what's new? New attack FX, fire drive, power rush, and nothing I need right away, but I will take this off your hands. Yep, there we go. That will come in handy now that we are so high level. Alright. The underground right now is crawling with, like, Hammer Brothers and Koopa Trolls. So, I'm gonna try to be real careful about the route that I take down to the bottom. Don't want to run to any unsavory types. Actually, another thing I can do while I'm here is go ahead and get some power-ups done. Alright, we got 2 upgrades we can make. Gonna put one on Vivian. And I think I'll put the other one on Goombella. Just because, you know, I use her a lot whenever I go to a new area, so it'll be nice to have her up to par with the rest of the team. And we don't have much left to go after this. If I didn't have Miss Mouse with me, we could have had everyone maxed out by now. Only 4 Shine Sprites remain. Alright, let's get this 1,000-year door done, so I can go to bed and rest my throat for a little bit. I am definitely thankful for the exercise, for my throat. I think it's generally impacted my life in a positive way, all this live streaming I've been doing. It's given me a bit more self-confidence, and it's given me more, like, power in my voice, so I can project a little bit better. Like, unless I'm not feeling well, or if I'm just, like, feeling depressed, or, for whatever reason, I don't want to participate in a conversation, people usually hear me loud and clear nowadays. I don't have to repeat myself anywhere near as often as, I used to. I wish I could say that with more confidence, but yeah, my voice is still not back up to 100%. Soon, though. I have a feeling that by this time next week, I'll be feeling good as new. Alright, this is the very last crystal star, and its location...
You've been needing to know bombard many things to make this a new home on the moon.
The moon?
The moon.
Yes! I had that ready this time.
Moon.
Might want to scale back your expectations a little bit.
You find one more crystal star. We give you what you need to go make the processing on Naboo. Go to the planet core. If what this map indicates is true, the location of the final crystal star is, the moon. The moon? Isn't the princess trapped there too? Something about this doesn't seem right. The problem here is how does one get to the moon? Quite a conundrum. Give me a moment to look into this. Excuse me, please. This shouldn't take long. Looking into this may take a little time, so come back in a bit, alright? Wait, what? Come back after about 3 minutes. Wow, that's the first time I've seen something like this happen. Where you actually have a determinate amount of time. It's not like in Pokemon, where come back in a bit means exit the building and come back in. Yo, look who that is! I don't know if you guys can see it, because even with this high resolution, it's still a little bit cruddy. Let me see if I can find a good picture here. I got a sprite. That's about as good, right? Let me see if I can get this fired up real quick. No, not that one. Why is that image still here? There he is! It's him! In the flesh! He finally came back! Although he doesn't actually do anything in this game. Nope, this is just a little cameo appearance. Hope you enjoyed it. Because after this, he gone! Although, you might not have experienced all that much of the first Paper Mario. So I will explain. That is a recurring character called Junior Troopa. He goes through a lot of form changes, including the bat wings and the spike on the head. And in general, he's just a major thorn in your side. It would be kind of cool if we could fight him. It'd be kind of cool if a modder patched that in the future. But, oh well. Oh, you know what else? This would be a good time to bring this up. In addition to Junior Troopa, other characters have data in the game from Paper Mario 1. Now, they aren't actually used in the game. They were taken out at some point in development. But all of your partner characters from the first game have image data in Thousand Year Door, indicating that maybe at some point you would be able to run into them. Hey, maybe they were traveling with Luigi. Maybe they are the ones that show up every chapter, instead of Luigi's weird partners. And they look pretty good. Smoothed out, modernized. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Oh, actually, wait a minute. What's this? According to the cutting room floor, Lady Bo actually appears in this game. Yeah, the Boo partner from the first Paper Mario. I don't remember ever seeing her. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out on that. Well, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. It's not exactly a good, size for me to be showing you with, but... Oh, and there's another unused thing. A little, like, burger character. That might have shown up with Luigi, but yeah. There's a whole bunch of your friends from the first game down there in the bottom middle. Mario, Cooper, Bombette, Watt, Sushi, Lacalester. And this guy, I don't know what his deal is. It would have been cool if we could have run into them. I'm gonna have to find out where in the world Bo appears. I want to see her again. Now, Parakarry appeared at the very, very beginning of the game as the one who delivered that letter from Princess Peach. Also got some more beta material here. Old version of Admiral Bobbery with a camo look to him, as opposed to the sailor look. I prefer the sailor look myself. Vivian, apparently she was once going to have fire on her hat, maybe just as a bit of flair. Ta, flair. Got some early Koopas, icons, Yoshis, and an early font. Alright, cool. I'm so exhausted right now. I need to bring the stream to a close. Alright, that is that. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw today. Hope you enjoyed the Hat in Time double feature. And with that, I am done for this week. I'll see you guys next week for more Hat in Time and Paper Mario. And after that, well, who knows? Got a lot of things on my mind that I want to stream this year, so look forward to them. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. And, Ugh.